not from the client side. The client, because a lot of these clients have been using the model. They're getting more comfortable with it in Asia. It's been here in Hong Kong and Singapore since 2010. So it's not the model in Hong Kong and Singapore. The challenges aren't so much on the client side. The challenges are more to do with, perhaps being competitive, being more than just a body shop. What are the services you're providing? There's also challenges. They may not come on the NewLaw side, but they're coming from people with bigger bases, like the accountancy firms are looking to get, the big four are looking to get back into law. They're not talking about NewLaw models yet, but they do have. They'll have an effect on big law and on NewLaw, I think, because of because of their sheer size. I think where the challenge will be is, in 8-9 years, the two main new law firms in Hong Kong still haven't moved up to China and still haven't moved up to Tokyo. And yet and I've known this for 5 years, you will always get instructions. There's at least one instruction a week will come that's Shanghai or Beijing based. At least 1 or 2 a month will come that have you got anyone for Tokyo? So, the workload is up there. And the client side, again, is very for it, but it's more to do with the labour law regulations and perhaps even the licensing setup as well. China would actually be quite easy to set up an alternative business structure, I think. Japan possibly less so, but also in Japan it'd be a supply and demand thing on the lawyer side, because most lawyers, there's very few bengoshis, it's a very closed, smaller legal community. And most lawyers don't go in-house in Japan until they're at the end of their careers, and they're not, and it's not necessary. It's not seen as a career move. So to get that on a NewLaw basis, perhaps is still struggling, but it's more to do with whether Japan would let people fly in and fly out on a consultancy basis. China is talking about freeing up visas for Hong Kong and Taiwanese nationals to go and work up there. The challenges for NewLaw, the model in Asia, isn't so much on the client side. It's more to do with being able to expand from Hong Kong and Singapore, and whether because you probably could have critical mass in China and you could have critical mass in Japan, but it's more to do with being able to operate legally and effectively in those jurisdictions. Because of as I said, it's very employee friendly in those jurisdictions. You can't have people on a consultancy basis the same way you can in Hong Kong and Singapore.